Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California with UBN Radio TV, Universal Broadcasting Network. And then syndicated every Saturday at 2 on my CNBC-NBC station, KCAA. That's on AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and then syndicated on iHeartRadio anytime that you would like to hear me splatter more hope and happiness on you, because this is a show. There's no gossip, no scandal, and no K words, no Kardashian talk at all. There's, in fact, no T words either. You know, I don't even have to say the name. So because I want you to balance out, you get enough of that in the regular media, and I really want to highlight and balance out all of the negative news, all the CNN constantly negative news with topics and people and ideas and concepts and BS belief systems that help you be happy 88% of the time. And today, as per usual, at the top of the show, I'd like to give some peace in, peace out shout outs to all the fabulous people that I got to meet this week. And there were tons of them. So first of all, peace in, peace out to my photographer, Eliza, coming over on the Catalina Express, who got the dolphins. Shelda and Daryl, my kind island cart chauffeurs. There's a little cart. Yeah, there it is. Lawrence and Phil, my security cameramen, who were phenomenal once again. I covered the Catalina Jazz Festival, and Art Good did it again. I was there from Thursday night till Sunday night, and it was incredible, phenomenal. It just keeps getting better every year, starting with my twin sister. She's been a guest here. If you have missed her 2 interviews, Keiko Matsui. Amazing keyboardist, jazz, top Billboard, as well as a humanitarian. And we got to play together, which was awesome. Came over on the boat and had dinner. I got to spend some time with her daughter. So if you haven't, her new album's coming out. She's also coming to Southern California with Dave Claus's Christmas tour. So make sure you go get tickets at Cerritos. That's December 22nd and 23rd, and I'll see you there. Also, amazing drummers, Eric Valentine with Richard Elliott and Big Walt. There's nothing better than watching musicians who are in the zone. And speaking of which, there's someone who I had never even heard of, Damien Escobar. He's the one with the hat. I think you went already. I had no idea who he was. People had told me about him, and he was that's it. He was absolutely incredible, not only as a musician, but his story and the love, he broke my heart wide open, talking about mental illness. He was homeless at one time. He's incredible. When I posted that, it just went on fire. I had no idea he had so many people love him, and now I understand why. Also, Nate Phillips, let's see, Jerry Johnson, the Urban Coalition, Richard Elliott was amazing as usual, and then Baja was phenomenal. It was, she spans decades, and she was my favorite before, and she gave a great performance, as well as her new album out, which is fabulous. So I've invited her on. In principle, they said yes, so we'll follow up with that. As well, Dan Siegel, one of my favorite from, again, spanned the decades, without saying how old I am, because I am ageless. But I got a soundbite with him, which I am going to load onto my YouTube red carpet after the show. So he's phenomenal. And I love what he said, artists that used to perform and had a following and did really well, when they come back, it's not easy. People are mean. And I really, I get mean comments every once in a while. Thank God I have way more positive comments than mean comments on my YouTube. But I saw this great post and I meant to send it to you, but it says, people who do more than you do not criticize you. Only people who do less. So for anybody that's getting a lot of criticism and it hurts because you're human, it's okay. It doesn't matter what people think. It's none of my business what other people think about me. And so you just keep on shining, just like Dan Siegel and Baja are demonstrating with their music, as well as the amazing #1 sax. His first single out went #1. That's Jeff Ryan, and it was amazing. He actually got back on stage to perform with Tim Bowman, and then there's this great little clip. You have to go to my Facebook because I did a lot of Facebook Lives for all my friends on Facebook. And even if you're not a friend, because I hit 5,000, you can still come on and I open it to the public so you can enjoy their music. So Valentine and Tim Bowman, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm getting the names wrong. Lawrence, Joe Lawrence, with you got to see the two of them dancing. It's phenomenal. Okay. Gregory Lawrence, that's it. So go to my Facebook and watch those clips. And now it is second or third week of the month, my special series. One of my favorite things that I get to do on the show is do call-ins. And thank you to Rochelle, who is my call-in producer, who has organized callers to come on and get a little life balancing for their life tires and smog check their stinking thinking. So I think we have our first one ready, and he is Tim calling in from Arizona. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Pei. How are you?
I am happy, thank you. Let's give him a little applause so he feels like really, special, at least before there we go.
All right, I will see that.
There you go. So let's connect through breath. If you have your feet touching Mother Nature on the ground, palms up in your lap, eyes gently closed, taking a deep breath in through your nose and releasing through the mouth. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. One more deep breath in. Connecting with me through chi, eternal energy, and release. Gently opening your eyes. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd like you to rate your relationships in your life right now. 1 being not great, 10 being fabulous. How would you rate your relationships?
7.
7. And how about health and well-being in that category? Same scale.
7.
And then job and career.
7.
Oh, okay. So you get a choice. You have a tie. So what would you like to get advice that I don't use on?
Okay. Let's go job and career.
Okay.
And I have goals. I'm driven, but it always seems, what I would like your advice on is everything seems like it's like 2 weeks out. So I've got a bit entrepreneurial. I've put together a deal, and then it was supposed to close last week, but now it was supposed to close this week, but now it looks like it's going to close, but it's pushed back to next week. Mm-hmm. So it's like things are always, they seem just a little bit out of reach, and I'm chasing them when I want them to just show up when they're supposed to show up.
Yeah. Great question. I'm sure no one else has anything like this happen to them. Sarcasm is another service I offer. You want everything now. And especially for entrepreneurs, it's a tough one because you kind of take it personally when things don't happen the way you want them to happen. So first of all, do you believe that the universe is friendly?
That's a good question. I think it's, for me, really, no. If I'm honest, I have to say no.
Okay. So that's your number one BS. That is keeping things from happening easily and for you. So if everyone has a choice, Einstein says that the most important question the human being has to answer is the universe friendly or not? And even if you've had crappy things happen to you, you can still choose. You have the option to choose whether it's friendly or not. So I'll give you myself as an example. I had some crappy things happen to me as a child. I'm one of the 7 out of 10 where you have childhood trauma, whether it's abuse or molestation or abandonment or neglect. That's 7 out of 10 of us. And the majority of us can easily say, you know what? The universe is not friendly. God is angry, needs anger management classes. I'm being punished. I've done something wrong. And I'm guessing that you've had some things happen in your life that have kind of led you along that belief system highway. Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guarantee you that if you for 30 days can switch that belief system, that BS, and I'm not asking you to pretend, but I'm asking you, have you had good things happen to you in your life?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So if you spend more time being appreciative and focusing on those things that did happen for you, then what begins to happen is you will see how things and the universe conspires for you and not against you, because you're using your most powerful life tool, which is called focus or choice, and focusing on those things. And what happens is the law of attraction cannot help but take what your attention is focused on and then multiply that. So what's been happening to you is because you have a fundamental BS belief system that the universe is not friendly, guess what? The universe goes, oh, that's your belief system? I deliver what you believe. So let me deliver what you believe. It's not personal. Like they're not punishing you, but it's kind of like the law of gravity. It's not personal, but if you jump off a cliff, you're going to slam into the bottom of wherever you're falling into. It's not personal, but you chose, right? So I'm guaranteeing you that the things that have not happened because the things that have not happened that you've wanted are simply a reflection of your belief system. You walk around, let me guess, looking for the next shoe to drop. Even when something good happens, you're like, yeah, but what about this? What about that? Or who's going to hurt me? Who's going to steal from me? Who's going to screw me the way that I've been screwed before? Okay, who's going to break my heart the way it was broken? Am I saying anything that resonates here?
It all does.
Thank you. So just checking. So the good news is you're not alone. The bad news is you're not alone. There's so many people who do not understand the laws of the universe and inadvertently are shooting themselves in the foot, the back, the neck. Okay? So the good news is you must have been putting intentions out that you don't want to do this anymore. Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking to me right now because you manifested this call. That's your power, okay? Because a lot of people want to be on this show calling in, and you made it, okay? So you manifested this message that is just for you because the universe loves and is conspiring for you because it wants you to have your dreams come true. I know that about you. I know that about me. Now, whether you believe that or not, I think you would be a little bit like crazy if you all of a sudden switched on a dime and said, okay, I believe you now, because that's too big of a jump. But if you can I'm going to grab you by the neck and pull you up to 88,000 feet and take a look at your entire life. And my guess is there's at least 800 things that have happened for you and wonderfully for you and wonderfully in your life. And those are the things that I want you now to take your eyes to focus on. Your eyes, your ears, your smell, your taste, your attention. And every morning, I want you to wake up and focus on those things. Your habit is to go, I wonder if the deal's going to happen today. That's your habit. So I want you to change your habit. And before that thought can even bounce into your head, I want you to sit up and take a breath and connect and breathe into all the things that have happened good in the last year, and then the last month, and then the last week. And before you know it, when your habit develops, you're going to be able to do it for what happened yesterday, because you're going to be able to see it. Right now, you can only see some maybe big things, right? Maybe 8 things. But there are so many more if you can focus on them. So then what happens is you take your focus off of the other things. And let me give you a beautiful entrepreneurial analogy that I use all the time. So I'm an entrepreneur, if you haven't guessed, if you look at my resume. Although the funny thing is, I honestly didn't know I was an entrepreneur until like 3 years ago. Now, so your job as an entrepreneur is not to make the deals happen. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Now, you're going to say, that's crazy. I have to make deals happen in order to be successful as an entrepreneur. And I'm going to call that BS, because do you not have joy as an entrepreneur in the creation and problem solving of the ideas?
Absolutely.
Okay. So really, that's what entrepreneurs are. We're crazy people that don't want to work 40 hours a week, so we work 80. And we love the visioning and the developing and the ideas, and we love the way they come together. You are not an entrepreneur. You're actually a farmer. What do farmers do? Farmers plant seeds, right? Now, do farmers go after they plant the seed and see a little sprout growing and pull it out by the sprout and look at the roots and say, why aren't you growing faster? Do they do that? No. That's crazy. It's crazy, right? But what are you doing when a deal doesn't come through in the week that it's supposed to, because that was supposed to happen, although you didn't know about the things that you didn't know about that are happening that need to be taken care of in the deal? And the worst thing you can do is lament the fact that it's not closing when it was supposed to close. It's supposed to close when it's supposed to close. And it's going to close when things are ripest. Do you really want it to close when it's not ripe? Do you really want a sprout instead of a full, beautiful orchard? Come on. Do you really want to have all of the great food in a buffet to sit down and eat in one setting, as Abraham Hicks will say? No, you want a little bit at a time. You want to just feel the juiciness of one thing ripening after the other. Does that make sense?
Totally. That is awesome.
You're going to have so much fun. You're going to have so much fun from this point on in your success. It cannot help but be successful, but you got to have fun. The joy is in the journey. It is, that very, very old saying that everybody talks about, success is the journey, not the destination. Success is the journey, not the destination. But I don't know if people really, really, really believe it, or really, really, really have grasped the juiciness of the journey, because that's life. Can you tell I kind of am passionate about this?
I love it. Oh, it makes a difference. It makes all the difference.
Doesn't it?
Shift in focus.
Yeah, because now when it's like, when someone says it's not going to close this week, you're going to be like, great, we're going to figure out stuff that is not going to bite us in the ass in the future. That's why it's not closing, because there's stuff that we need to take care of so that it becomes the most beautiful baby it can be. I don't want to rush this. People are going to be like, what are you on? I just drank some of Dr. Marissa's Kool-Aid. That's all. But I promise, can you actually, I think you're ready. Do you believe that the universe is friendly?
I do now.
Yeah. See, it is possible. It is possible to really, this is spot therapy. This is the newest thing. You know, you don't need 10 years of therapy. You can do on-the-spot shifts that really make a difference in your happiness. And that's why I love what I do. Because really, 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 I want everyone, or at least 88% of the 7.3 billion people on the planet, to feel good 88% of the time. Because there's so much to feel good about. You are going to be so successful. I see it. I feel it. I can, you know, it's just, you cannot help yourself. You've launched, as Esther Hicks says, so many rockets of desire and what you want. It's already there. Your only job is to stay in a good place. Your only job is to feel good most of the time. That's your only job. Isn't that it? I know it's going to be tough, as she says. I just love her teaching. If you are driving, I'm guessing you drive a lot. There's free YouTube videos all over the place. And I rarely talk on the phone now and in the car because I just love listening to Abraham, who speaks through Esther Hicks about who we really are, that we are, you know, we're spiritual beings that have massive abilities to create and to manifest, and we're having this human experience to enjoy life no matter what happens. My daughter broke her neck 2 weeks ago in a tragic, horrific accident. It wasn't tragic. And I'm sitting here telling you how friendly the universe is, okay? Because that whole incident gave rise to so many miracles, and we're closer than ever. And, you know, I know that life is precious. I also know that life is eternal. So I really want to make the best out of this next, 10,888 days of mine, plus or minus 2,000, without giving away my age. So I want the same for you. So I am expecting, I'm going to be a shareholder, a silent partner in your next venture. And I expect to see some profits. You'll have to tell me what happens, and then we'll invest it in something that makes a difference in service around here. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tim. Let me know. Keep in touch, and let me know how things go. Yes? But we're doing 28 days of a habit right now, and you're going to see miracles happen. Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. Woohoo!
Thank you.
I love my life. All right. So do we have our next caller already? She's already there. Awesome. And welcome Chandra from is she from LA? I think it was Tim was from Arizona. Yes, Chandra, welcome to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa.
Hi, Dr. Pei. How are you?
I am happy and grateful, Chandra. And let me do a station ID. I forgot to do that before I took your call. If you're wondering what and who you are listening to, you have stumbled upon a channel about hope and happiness. This is Dr. Marissa. The name of the show is Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California with UBN Radio TV. And then every Saturday at 2 on my syndicated CNBC NBC station, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and everywhere on iHeartRadio. And today is call-in week. That means I get to talk to people I don't know and say things I don't know I'm going to say, because I love these shows, because I am in the zone and I really want to help you balance your life tires and smog check your stinking thinking so you can be happy 88% of the time. If you want to be in line with Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, then please do message me, contact me, go to drmarissa.tv, and we'll put you on the list. My call-in producer, Rochelle, will contact you and put you on a date. And we have a beautiful caller. Her name is Chandra. Welcome to the show. And
thank you, Dr. Pei. It's Shonda.
Thank you for that. Shonda.
No, but it's okay. Speak of a Honda, you'll remember.
There we go. Well, it's Chandra is the producer.
Shonda.
The producer or the owner of Sunset Gower Studios is it Shonda or Chandra? It's Chandra rhymes.
Shonda.
Oh, it is Chandra
No,
rhymes.
D-A.
Oh, it is. Both of you are the same. So good. Thank you for that correction. I think I've been saying her name wrong. But anyways, it's a great name. And before we launch into your question, I love to connect with you through breath. So if you wouldn't mind putting your feet on the ground, your palms up in your lap, gently close your eyes, listen to the sound of my voice, and then breathe in through your nose, and then release your breath through the mouth. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. Another deep breath in through the nose. And releasing all the stories and the drama. And one more deep breath in. You're connecting with me through chi, eternal energy, and release. And gently open your eyes. Come back to the room. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to look right now at your life in the category of job and career. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate that category? 1 being not so great, 10 being fabulous. What would you say?
It's about an 8 because I'm leaving my job and I'm working on my businesses. So I'm in a process of firing my job.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's look at relationships, same scale.
That's a 10. It's been great with my husband. And with my other friends and family, it's about a 9. So it's been pretty good.
Okay. So depending on what number, I'm going to hang up on you on this next category because it doesn't sound like you need any of my advice. So
That's not true.
Okay. The last category is health and well-being. Number.
I'm definitely working on my health getting better. So my health is about 7.
Okay.
6, 7.
Wonderful. So I would say usually I go with the lowest number so that we can improve that number. But you tell me what it is that you would like to have my advice on.
Okay. So my question for you is, what are some of the steps that you teach your clients on how to achieve happiness?
Good. So that can correspond with any of the 3 categories, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. When are you the unhappiest? So we can figure out a place, because you sound like a pretty happy person. So are you asking this for yourself or are you asking this as a teacher for others?
Actually, both, but more so for myself, so I can continue in that and then be able to help others that may need it.
Okay. So let's start with what makes you happiest. Name 3 things. So take a breath. When are you happiest?
Believe it or not, I'm happiest when I make it to my birthday. And I just had a birthday recently because it's another opportunity for me to make it to another year because I think about friends and family who haven't.
Okay.
That really helps me.
Okay.
Because I can do things that they can't do.
Right. So that gives me a little clue. Are you unhappy when you think about people who have not made the birthday? Is that a point of unhappiness?
It's in a sense because sometimes I think that I've made it to another achievement, but they haven't, depending on when things have happened.
Okay.
Like, for instance, a friend of mine, she just recently passed away 2 years ago, and she never got a chance to achieve the things that she wanted to, not everything. And it hurts because she can't achieve it, but in a way, I can do it for her.
Okay. So let's look at that. And this is actually, I don't know if you're aware that I have a best-selling book that just came out.
No.
Oh, good. I get to do a commercial.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Well,
segue.
yes.
So it's called 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are, which is kind of uncanny that you're asking me that question. I thought you'd gotten the book, which is why I thought you asked the question. So I actually have listed out 8 ways to happiness from wherever you are in this book, and I'm grateful. It made 6 best-selling categories, number 1 2 weeks ago, as well as 3 book medals. So the upside of all of that means happiness is trending. And the fact that you're asking me a question about happiness is really funny. So I'll tell you that the places that people naturally get stuck in unhappiness that's chapter 2, loss. So when people are thinking about people who have lost their lives, they fall into this point of unhappiness. First chapter is loneliness. Third is shame. 4th is heartbreak. 5th is hatred. 6th is fear. 7th is perfectionism. And 8 is out of control. So those are the top ways that people are kind of marinating in some unhappiness. Does this sound familiar at all?
Yes.
Okay. So pick one of those that you want to talk about, that you fall into.
The grief.
The grief. Okay, perfect. So that's my guess. So if you carry a belief system that life is finite and that when people die, it's over, then yes, you are going to be sad. And you're going to be sad for anyone who dies before their time. You're going to be sad for people who even die after a long life because you think they are gone forever. You think that it's over. Okay. And that's how many people believe. Okay. People who are very religious believe that there's a heaven and we're here just in a holding pattern until we really get to heaven and become, one with the angels and have a wonderful life there. Buddhists, same thing, the end of suffering. So my BS, my belief system that gets me out of feeling so much pain and grief from loss is I choose to know that life is eternal. I choose to believe that we are all energy. I choose to believe that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And I want to thank you for bringing this up because it's one of my favorite theories that maybe is not proven, but I do know that since I've adopted this belief system, my life is unbelievably joyful because really nothing, even when my father dies of lymphoma before his time, and I used to remember him every anniversary or of his death or every birthday, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every Father's Day, I'd go into this depression missing my father. Or, watching my children missing him, not being there to enjoy his grandkids. And this missing and that sense of loss was pretty debilitating. I've lost other people, my best friend Michael from cancer, my colleagues, Dr. Jimmy, Dr. Carl McCraven, my surrogate dad. So I could spend pretty much a lot of my life in that pain of loss as soon as I remember those who've passed, because I think that life is finite. But here's what I've discovered about life. So come with me and envision someone in a hospital bed right now, maybe your friend. And if she was in the hospital and she was hooked up to a machine, so anyone who's hooked up to a machine in a hospital, I think everyone's seen that, right? You, if nothing else, you've seen it on TV. What is the point of death? Is the point of death when someone stops breathing? No, because they're still on a ventilator, correct? Right?
Right.
They can be kept alive. How about brain dead, when there's no more brain waves? Are you dead when you have no more brain waves? No, because you can still be kept
Nope.
alive, right? What is the point of death, or what I call transition? What is that point? Well, if you look at the monitor, there's this thing called a beat, right? That beat, what is that beat? It's your heartbeat, right? But what is that beat measuring? That's currency. That is a current of energy. It is a joule of energy. I love that play on word. Joule of life that is energy. So the point of death is when that energy leaves the body. Now, they've done studies to measure the energy in the room after death. Guess what? There is no change in the energy. The energy lasts forever. The body does not. We are eternal, energetic beings who come down and take a life form for what I call, this thing called life, a journey to learn and experience and have the experience. And I don't know if you're Shirley MacLaine, you come in more than once. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that I come down more than once, but I came down into this life. In fact, I actually go as far, because I'm a visual person, to, can you vision with me where your girlfriend is right now? She's lined up in a ride, kind of like Disney, Legoland. I don't want to have favorites, Knott's Berry Farm. We're in a line coming down. We're energetic beings, and we're like, this time I want to feel, and last time I came down, I said, I want to feel power. I want to come down to this lifetime and feel power. So guess what? I got on the ride, I got to Earth, and I got birthed into a family where I was beaten as a child, because what better place to learn about power than to be in a position of powerlessness? I'm not dead. My energy, your girlfriend is not dead. My father is not dead. Michael's not dead. Dr. Jimmy's not dead. Anyone who's lived on this planet who goes out is not gone. They are just transitioned. They are just in a different place. And from what I know, from all the reports, that's not a bad place. Everybody who's returned, well, not everybody, but 90%, Tony does a show on the supernatural. He talks to a lot of people. My sound engineer today is the owner of UBN. Tony Sweet, say hi. So he talks to a lot of people who have passed on and come back. And almost all of them have had a light, a sense of peace, a sense of love, a sense of joy. I mean, why do we grieve when people go to a place where they're happy? Tell me that. So your girlfriend is probably accomplishing more right now, either on the other side cheering for you, or she's come back. So there's really no need to grieve people who are not here anymore. Now, that sounds horrible if you think I'm saying, are you saying we should celebrate when people die? I am not saying that at all. You darn well better feel the loss. You darn well better be sad for a California minute. Because, of course, you feel sad because that person was a beautiful person in your life. They taught you about love. They taught you about life. They taught you about relationships. Every single person who's passed has played a role in creating who you are. And you better darn right miss them. However, this is the balance tool. You asked your question at the very beginning. How can I be happier, and in the time of loss? The balance tool is called remembering them whole. You do not remember people in their last minute, in their last month, in their last hour, in their last year. You do not remember people about what they were not able to experience, were not able to do, were not able to accomplish. That's your choice. You can do that, but I guarantee you it'll make you feel bad. Your ability is to remember them, grab your neck, pull it to 88,000 feet, and look down at their life and say, wow, look at what they were able to do and be and have, and look at how beautifully they contributed to my life and how blessed I am to have had them as part of their life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Happier?
Yes, that actually puts things in perspective. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I actually have time for a little bit more from you, but I want to take a quick break to go to commercial, and I'll be right back. So you just hang on there. Yes? I'll be right back as we thank those who sponsor and make this show possible. If you'd like to sponsor this show about hope and happiness, I'm looking for a regular sponsor for my call-ins because I love to do them so well. Highlighting your product or service, please contact me. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out. Do you know any honest mechanics? Well, I do. Dr. Marissa here, and if you have a car you love, then take it to JP's European Auto in Huntington Beach. Experienced, knowledgeable, and professional, JP's European Auto has been the #1 choice for European auto repair since 2009. Mention Dr. Marissa and JP will give you a 10% off, so go to jpseuro.com, your dealer alternative to all European automobiles today. Are you lonely, ashamed, afraid, or out of control? Do you want to be happier in life than you are now? Well, Dr. Marissa's newest book, 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are, will help you unlock the BS, belief systems that say you are not good enough. Hitting 6 bestseller lists, including #1 on Amazon and 3 book medals, this self-help on steroids book will help you be happy 88% of the time, which is your birthright. Go to 8waystohappiness.com today. And we are back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon, every Thursday on my syndicated CNBC NBC channel, KCAA, at 2 p.m. And it is call-in week this week, and I am continuing to talk to Shonda, who is calling in from California, and we just did a whole little treatment on how to be happy even when people transition or die, as you call it. We just any questions from that little song of living that I did for you.
I really do enjoy the part that you spoke about the joules of energy, because that is what the machines measure. They measure your energy.
That's right.
So it can also be the energy that I have when I think of my friends and others, and an energy that I have, period, just to move on, because I've gone through a lot of challenges in my life, but a lot of them I choose to not dwell on.
Yes.
And of course, everything's a phase to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm getting through my phase of grief in regards to my friend, because I'd known her for like 22 years. So she was a big part of my life. Yeah. But I'm also learning that, you know, I do think about the good times and the bad times, and I think of the great things we did together, and I just have so many memories of her that I'll be able to keep with me because she's still with me.
Yes, she is.
And
her energy is with you.
It's hard because I just can't see her.
Yeah. So let me change a little bit of your language. So your challenges have not been challenges. They've been opportunities and chiseling to make you into even more the beautiful that you are. So that's #1. I also would like you to not remember the good times and the bad times. I only want you to remember the good times, because what you focus on grows bigger. So when you balance out the good times and the bad times, you end up at, baseline. I want you to actually focus on more of the good times. And here's another beautiful thing that I just got inspired to tell you. I had a dream one time that I had died, and I was in the next phase of my life, and I zoomed in on. I saw my dad. I saw Dr. Jimmy, Dr. Carl, Michael, and I saw them all in a huddle. And this is where your girlfriend is right now. So she's in a huddle with other friends of yours and family who have transitioned, and they're watching a big screen TV. And I had this very, very clear vision of them watching this. And every once in a while, they'd go, woohoo! And they'd like cheer and scream. And so I flew in and I got closer and closer and closer. And guess what? Guess what they were watching? They were watching my life. And they were cheering me on. And she's watching your life. And she's cheering you on from there. So she really doesn't need to be felt sorry about. She's very happy and she's extremely accomplished in what she's being able to do from there. And the other thing is, my daughter just had a horrific car accident. The Jeep rolled there saying like 20 times. And she pulled herself out of there, and she doesn't even remember pulling herself out of this. This happened 2 weeks ago. So she told me that her grandfather, my father, who's on the other side, he was there. And he said, get up and walk. And she did. And she walked to the nearest house. Don't even know how long because she can't remember it. And the people found her on her back, unconscious, and called the paramedics. That was 2 weeks ago because my father was there. And I believe her. And I know. And my father's here in the studio right now. And your friend is with you as you go on this little adventure of yours in your new business. We're not alone here. We have everyone who we love and who loved us. They're here. They're with us. They're helping us. They're cheering us on. So please, no more feeling sorry. Yeah?
I agree.
Beautiful. I wasn't going to cry today, but tears are the disinfectant that keep our hearts soft, right? Tears are the disinfectant that keep our hearts soft. And we're out of time. I'm so grateful that you called and you asked the questions that you did. I wish you the very best in what you're doing. What's the website of your new business? Do you have a website yet?
Yes, I do, but I'm in a process of building it right now.
Okay. So
it is the Ladies Purity Coach. So I'm working on that. Beautiful. And I also have a holistic wellness page as well as Naturals, a holistic gateway to wellness.
Beautiful.
So it's good.
Beautiful. Gave you a little shout out there. So if you're interested, go check it out, and she'll be able to help you. As you can tell, she's in my tribe. She's a little bit positive. So we want her to succeed. Take care, darling. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, and that is it for callers. I could do this for a day. I just absolutely love this part of the show. But we are at the end of the show where I invite you to my balance bar, where you get to step up and balance with me. And let's see. So first of all, 3 birthdays last week. Happy birthday, dear, my niece, who turned 10. Rachel, my daughter, who turned 19, Sarah Way, and my mother, who turned 84, Rose. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yay. All righty. And if you are in Nashville, I am going for a book signing, my first Books A Million book signing. I'm doing a red carpet with my publisher, Morgan James, in New York, November the 10th at Books A Million. I'm right before a Harry Potter signing at the Mount Juliet Books A Million store. So please do tell your friends to meet me there. Message me if you know anyone else who wants me to stop by and do a book signing while I'm in Nashville. Also, if you missed Keiko and I on TV on Friday night, you can get it on YouTube now. Just go to Asian Voices. It's season 3, episode 8. Thanks to producer Kathleen Choi for highlighting us. As well, there is an event that is coming up November 30th. She invited me to be on the advisory board. It is a fundraiser to promote Asians in media. like myself. So message me and we'll get if you use Happiness 18, you'll get a discount to go to a place, and they're looking for sponsors as well. It's in San Diego at the Encore Event Center, the ACMA's advisory event, and it's an Oscars red carpet. Also, I am next. Oh, so there's another event this week, Thursday and Friday. Ryan Long, go to Facebook, and Business Leaders. It's another wealth summit. If you missed my interview with Brian Smith, founder of UGG Boots, on YouTube, subscribe there. He's going to be a speaker there. Finally, next week, it is Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa. Do you guys remember Philip Chancellor? Is it Chancellor or Chandler? I thought it was Chandler, right? Philip Chandler on the daytime drama Young and the Restless. He's an actor, filmmaker. Tom Beards. He's penned a new life-affirming sex memoir that comes on Amazon November 1st. So he will be here to talk about his new book, which is called, I had it down, Young, Gay, and Restless. I believe that's what it is. And it's going to be a great show. So you're going to have to tune in one more time for Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it is all about balance. Peace in and peace out. That's world peace through inner peace.